everyone! Did you know there's something called jumputan? You might be more familiar with batik or woven fabrics, but jumputan has its own unique charm and has something special and different.
Wow!
In this video, we are going to dive into jumputan from its fascinating history to its impact on our economy and culture, especially for future generations. So, what exactly is jumputan? I'm Resha Mitakaila Mensorani and let's explore jumputan together. Okay guys, well we need to know that jumputan is a fabric dyeing technique that is done manually or also known as a hand dyeing technique. With this technique, the fabric is dyed in certain parts before being dipped in dye. This technique produces unique patterns and cannot be repeated identically because each binding and dyeing produces different results. Unlike batik, which requires the use of malam in the dyeing process, jumputan uses a simple method of dipping fabric directly into dye. Despite its simplicity, jumputan continues to produce works of high aesthetic value. The process, entirely done by hand, uses manual binding to create effects or color gradations and distinctive patterns, such as circles, lines, or abstracts. In the process of making jumputan, there are two types of dyes used. First, natural dyes. These dyes come from organic materials such as sapanwood, which produce a red color, turmeric, which produce a yellow color, and sooty leaves, which produce a green color. Natural dyes are environmentally friendly as they lack harmful chemicals and decompose easily, supporting sustainable fashion trends that address waste concern in the modern fashion industry. And there's the next one is synthetic dyes. These are chemically produced, with popular examples like Wantex and Rimesol. Both types of dyes, natural and synthetic, have their own advantage, and the choice depends on the desired effect as well as environmental considerations. Okay guys, now I will practice directly the process of making jumputan using natural dye turmeric. Let's check this out. Yeah! Okay guys, here I already have a small piece of fabric. If you want to practice at home, you can use fabric like white cotton. And then prepare some small stones or marbles or anything else you like to use. I will be using small stones which will then be tied to the fabric using rubber bands. Here is the fabric that has been tied, and next this fabric will be dipped into the turmeric liquid. Okay guys, this turmeric liquid is made by grinding turmeric, then adding water and straining it. Next, the tied fabric is dipped into the liquid until all surfaces of this fabric are fully submerged. The next step is to hang it until it dries.
3 hours later.
Well, here is the dry jumputan fabric. Are you curious about what the pattern will turn out? Let's untie it. Ta-da! Here it is! An example of a jumputan pattern after untying the knots. It reveals beautiful circle motifs with rings.
Wow!
This fabric can be used as a handkerchief or for other purposes. If you want to try it at home, you can use a larger piece of fabric, so the result can be turned into fashion items like scarf or clothing. Historically, jumputan has been an important part of Indonesian culture. Jumputan developed in areas such as Sumatera, especially Palembang, Java, especially Solo, Yogyakarta, and Pekalongan, South Kalimantan, and Bali. Although the technique's origin is similar, the cultural influence and local conditions in each region have created distinct and characteristic patterns. The term jumputan, which comes from the Javanese language jumput, means to pick or pluck fabric. In these regions, jumputan is often used in various traditional ceremonies, such as wedding and other cultural events, symbolizing beauty, abundance, and prosperity. Over time, the patterns of jumputan have become more varied, with the use of stitching techniques to form them, creating abstract designs that reflect a spirit and free spirit soul. As it has evolved, Jumputan is no longer limited to traditional clothing fabrics but has been adapted for various modern products such as home decorations, bags, and accessories. This has made Jumputan not only a cultural heritage but also a part of contemporary lifestyle that remains relevant today. Its beauty and uniqueness make Jumputan one of the textile arts that have attracted global attention, symbolizing the creativity of Indonesian artisans. Okay, now let's continue discussing the economic and cultural impact of Jumputan for future generations. Jumputan holds significant potential to positively impact Indonesia's economy and culture in the future. Economically, developing the Jumputan industry can open job opportunities for local artisans, especially in areas with strong traditions of making this fabric. Growing global interest in unique and sustainable fashion and decor positions Jumputan to succeed in international markets, boosting local income and contributing to the national economy. Culturally, preserving and innovating Jumputan helps maintain Indonesia's cultural identity. By introducing it to younger generations, traditional values and craftsmanship can be passed down. Adapting modern designs can ensure their relevance in contemporary trends while highlighting Indonesia's creative heritage. Expanding the reach of Jumputan not only preserves this art form but also strengthens Indonesia's global image as a nation rich in tradition and innovation. So, let's continue to support and cherish the beauty of Jumputan, our unique heritage for future generations. Thanks for watching, and let's keep our culture alive together. Bye bye!